Welcome back. We are doing the Arboretum. There is a beautiful ecosystem in here with a lot of deadly things and some not as deadly things, but those things are deadly. So yeah, a giant greenhouse that has run amok. A really tall, beautiful, large, thick tree in the middle. Plants everywhere. And yeah, here we go. We're running along kind of a path that has been overgrown in a lot of patches of grass. Warrior tank, 2 samurais, and myself as white mage. The big thing here is to get the Marlboros down first, because their bad breath is annoying to have to dodge all the time. The tank is going. Right? Looks like a successful dodge. Tier 2 spam here. The group is not following my mark. So the Marlboro is just free to spam and injure. Alright, Marlboro's dead. You can pull a couple groups easily here, even my nooblet. Another Marlboro pops up after kind of 80-90% of those are down. Just pick them up and run again. Let's get a spam arrow on him. It does, I think arrow has like an upfront damage thing. These guys have these kind of point-blank cone attacks. They look like seeds. Seeds that try to thwack you with their stem. Lily pads will just come up out of the water as walkable terrain. But we're just running along some nice stone pathways and ramps. Rose Garden is boss number 1 here. Oops, let me move this over here. And do not be underneath this Rose Garden boss for dodging the things, okay? So the first thing that the Rose Garden will do is spawn some untargetable little kind of Marlboro head things that will spew their poison in one particular direction and just remain there. So you just, while you're dodging the rotating giant cone of the big bad boss, do not stray into their cones. Try not to, and don't go under Rose Garden, because there's bad, slowy stuff there. However, you'll also spawn these rose hips, which you do want to kill, unless you think your DPS is good enough to kill Rose Garden fast enough. But my group did eventually get on the rose hips, sort of. They left one up, so that's fun. I get to heal through that. No big deal, I suppose. It's close-ish. I almost died, at least. Drops item level 185. Boo. Which is good if you're still stuck at 130, but you probably shouldn't be. We got an adamantoise and a couple crawlers. Look like, kind of thick caterpillars, thick yellow and black caterpillars. Some ants, some big old ants. Velveteen ant. Oh god, I can't be in this. Hold on, bud. Wait. You're too far from me. Cool. He healed himself. That was good, because I couldn't reach him through the circular AoE. He's pulling. Holy crap, man. Challenging me, apparently. Damn it. Fucking, I'm gonna get hit by this. Or not. I ran through it in time, that's crazy. I was sprinting, so. Alright. We got a bunch of ants, tortoise. Yeah, that's fine. That's nothing. Some, like, in this one, oh, there's some hornets. We pulled some hornets too. A honeycomb disappears that was blocking the way. Got another hornet here, another ant, I believe. Oh, garden bee cloud, actually. Not ant. Get some Mocianne, yeah. Cool. I have got aggro. Help me out, tank. We have another kind of honeycomb door that will be eliminated after we kill these things. Holy spam. One of the samurais has a kind of cool name, Ishiki Nobu, and the other is Stinky Winky. So, there's a difference there. Alright, on this hornet boss, watch the edges and prioritize the Orn Hornet. Oh, I think that was in the ads. We just didn't prioritize anything on because the Orn Hornet has Final Sting. Yeah, the Queen Hawk, watch the edges. That's pretty much the hardest thing. She'll summon... Oh god, why are you guys getting hit? What's going on here? Don't stand in front of a boss, ever. The DPS, don't do that. Pretty much the closest person to these hornets at the edge of the arena that are untargetable, they're gonna get hit. We do want to kill these guys now because they've come in, they're targetable, and if they're left up after this like tether is all done, the Queen Hawk will hurt us bad. But we're good. Okay, they fly back out to the edge. She calls some allies, which means there are more now. They will gather up, and you do not want to be in front of them. Yep, that was a fucking tough one. Alright. They haven't gathered again yet. Just kind of doing group healing, basically. I'm watching. A sail. What's a sail mean? What are they doing? Oh, they got some line attacks all across the place. That's fun to dodge. I like that. I didn't see that in the video. I think that this guy was dead. And one guy stood it and died, so don't do that. Where's my res? Stinky Winky. Tisky Tisky. We slide down some like honey. And then down, we just fall down into the depths of this, whatever who's it. Wait, what did I write and why wasn't it? Oh, I had caps lock on. I was using caps lock for... Alright, we've got like this giant... Kind of looks like a plant giant, and you know, that's fitting, I suppose, for inside an arboretum. And some... like floating petal? Like floating flower thing? Assisting him? tank's actually taking damage on just 4 monsters. Let's see. We're good now. Alright, we got some grizzly hosts that look kind of like a bear with a flower face. Creepy. Another giant. Some more of those floaty plant thingies. Tank's just picking it all up. Alright, we're going. Apparently we're going. You can hear everything. Don't get in the cone. Alright. I got a couple AoE spams on him. Hopefully he'll pop his thingy after they... Yep. Okay, we're good. We're not as good anymore. He's getting fucking smashed. I always pop the next cast is free thing when it's like least needed. I'm not a good... I don't play one class like all the time to get really great at it, so... Alright, now we have this big old kind of flower, a little bit kind of on the gray side, the petals, and then from it erupts this, well, it looks kind of like the body of a mantis. I'm gonna get hit by whatever that is because they didn't wait for me to watch the cutscene. Thanks for being jerks, guys. So now I have a debuff on that makes me take more damage. That's awesome. Yeah, mantis body, kind of flower petal-y head thing. Always face the boss away. Don't stand in the circles that are created by these little treant saplings. Saplings is probably the better. Oh shit, eye. Turn away from the eye. Cool. Everybody seems to have turned away. My vulnerability is gone. That's good. Oops, shit, run away. There's a spread out mechanic, you just don't want to run through the sapling circles. Okay, another unavoidable AoE. Heal us through that. Nope, we got some more sapling circles. This is getting dicey. I think you can kind of run through them after you see them go off. But if you can manage not to, it's better. Alright. And they don't last very long when there's a ton of them. Okay, now we've only got 6 to avoid, no problem. Hey, there's a limit break from one of our SAMs. Good job. And down. Cool. And as always, the boss just kind of withers. One last reach from like the humanoid thing that sprouted from the petals before it just poofs and disappears. All of my party members are wearing black and I'm the only one wearing white. That's kind of funny. Well rocked, fam. Thanks, y'all. Let's player accommodate just because we can. I wish they made that easier, quicker. I don't want any of this shit. But I'll greet it anyway. Well, let's see if there's a cutscene. Nope. But we will talk to Sonny here, outside the entrance, where we got teleported without our say-so, but whatever, it's fine for turning it in. I knew the thought of the Arboretum's treasures would be enough to get your juices flowing. Thanks to all the pruning you did for us, we were able to have a good look around the ruins, and it didn't take us long to find what we were after. Oh, I can't wait to tell Midnight Dew the good news. Speaking of which, would you mind coming with us to Idyllshire? Midnight Dew will want to thank you personally, and I dare say even an adventurer like you would be interested in our finds. Yes, you know, I will do that. Let me hop over to Red Mage to get the credit on that. 116 guild teleport there. I've got 2 turn-ins apparently. Oops. I can't get the sound. I mean, these headphones are, let's face it, I didn't spend a ton of money on them. So as far as surround sound, quote unquote, it's not the best, but I can get it to function pretty well. The voices sound weird in Dying Light 1. They sound relatively normal in Dying Light 2, but I think that the surround sound, like, do I have a monster to my left, right, behind me, it kind of works okay. Yeah, we'll talk to Sonny again here. Ah, you've come at last, adventurer. Well, let's give Midnight Dew the good news. Dude, he's got a blonde afro. I did not notice. I thought it was a hat. Now that's the ending I wanted to hear. Let's hope these seeds will live up to their reputation. What fruit do you reckon they'll bear, adventurer? That's Midnight Dew. I'm sorry, that's definitely not how she sounds. She's a Rogadin female, but I don't know. Something wrong? You seem surprised, Sonny. You did tell our friend here what you were looking for, didn't you? He looks a little bit shocked. Now that I come to think of it, that little detail might have slipped my mind. You see, the treasure we were looking for was seeds and sprouts that were cultivated especially by the Charlians. Years of research went into breeding them, apparently, and they produced plants like you wouldn't believe. As of now, Idyllshire's main industry is collecting the junk left behind by the Charlians, but it won't last forever. Which is why it's important we find a new way to make ends meet, before we end up with nothing left to trade. Acquiring those sprouts and seeds was the first step to accomplishing that goal. If we can find crops that'll flourish in this land's changeable climes, we'll have a new industry that should keep Idyllshire going for generations to come. It's definitely an afro. Got it a little close up. Well, these seeds ain't going to plant themselves, so I'd best be about it. Something tells me growing them will make getting them super easy. It'll take a few moons, 'tis true, but I look forward to seeing those seeds bear fruit. Make sure to visit us from time to time, adventurer. One day, we'll treat you to a feast grown by our own hands. An overgrown ambition. Overgrown ambition. Which was on the heels of whatever that. Arboretum something. Or something Arboretum. Okay, what was that quest? Not quest, but dungeon. Saint. Saint Mocianne's Arboretum. Okay. Also, let's unclick that one, just I don't want to get it on accident. Speak to Midnight Dew here. Well, look who's back, and looking none the worse for wear, I might add. Well, what did you find in there? Hand over the leather-bound tome from the hard mode Gubal Library. And there it is, or at least I think it is. To tell you the truth, those old dusty tomes are all the same to me. Still, it certainly looks impressive, which I reckon should count for something. Anyhow, I'd best get the one person who can tell us one way or another. Don't go wandering off. I'll be right back. Quick fade to black. All right. You got a little ALLLLL person. Female, has one eyeglass. And you must be the adventurer who procured the tome at our behest. I am Yayake, Y-A-Y-A-K-E, Yayake of the Thaumaturge's Guild, and on behalf of my eminent colleagues, I thank you. But let us not get ahead of ourselves. Pray let me see this volume you have retrieved, that I might confirm that it is the self-same tome that we have so long sought. Of Fiends and Fairies, 1001 Immolation Incantations, Out of the Void, a catalog of extra-dimensional visitors and preferred methods for their extermination. Gods be good, it's finally ours! The Great Gubal Library Index. Index? You mean this book you've been searching for so hard for is just some oversized list of other books? Just a list of books? Why, this is a comprehensive catalog of each and every tome and epistle. I've never known how to pronounce that. E-P-I-S-T-L-E. Epistle? Epistle? Housed within the single greatest repository of knowledge this realm has ever known. The Charlians built this bastion of erudition and scholarly inquiry that Eorzea might benefit from wisdom compiled through the ages, only to see its treasures gather dust, their pages seen by none but the monstrosities that now haunt its halls. We would see the library restored to its former glory, and ascertain the full breadth and scope of its context is a modest but most necessary first step. I missed a word or did a word bad in there. If the library were rebuilt, we'd see aspiring scholars flock in from all corners of Eorzea, which would go a long way to build Idyllshire into a real town. Whatever me and mine can do to lend a helping hand, you just say the word. I don't know what her voice is. I can't get it. I'm so sorry. That is most heartening indeed. Doubtless, the reconstruction process will entail no small amount of menial labor in addition to the more intellectual duties that will be seen to by my colleagues and me. Why, to think of the ever-surpassing heights of sheer destructive power that we might one day achieve has my hands simply shaking in anticipation. Do we want to give you destructive power? The road ahead will be long, but thanks to you, we take our first steps down it. Pray take this as a token of my gratitude. And she curtsies. 5,000 gil, thanks, yo. Let me Google that for you. I don't remember if it was this video or a previous one, but I watched the video for hard mode Gubal Library because of this quest. And when he said, let me Google that for you, it finally clicked in my head that it was like, let me Google that for you. So if I didn't share that previously, I'm sharing it now. You may have got it before I did because you heard me say it, and maybe I don't know. Whatever. Alright. So that's the dungeon, St. Mocianne's Arboretum, the quest, an overgrown ambition that you turn in after that. And let me Google that for you just because I happened to be in the same area after I completed the Great Gubal Library hard mode yesterday. And end of this video. My jaw hurts a little bit. Ow. See you soon. Ow. Yeah. Sorry for that.